And so once you've got the UI built in Photoshop, you translate it into HTML that looks something like this. I do that step, and you have to make style sheets, which are what add a lot of the stylistic elements. If you just use plain HTML tags, you get like a not nice looking UI. You can't apply a lot of nice styles to stuff. That's its own discipline. Although it's fairly easy. Doing the UI, the visual design, graphic design, that's very, very hard. It's a very, very high skilled thing to do. And then I do the front end programming. That not all the programming is done on the server side. There's some programming that's done on the client side, meaning that Google Chrome will run some programming that's sent to it by my web server. That there'll be an embedded code in something like this right here. The source code that you see, you will have JavaScript, and I did use an online source to generate a little bit of JavaScript. And most of the JavaScript that I wrote, I didn't write much, especially at first, and I had to look it up. I had to look it up like Stack Overflow. That I was primarily involved in learning to do the server side stuff. Although now I remember I was doing some AJAX requests very early on, which is a client side server side combo. But the point is, I'm doing the front end programming, okay, and that's on me. I'm a minus. The service that I found that I could pay like $9 a year and generate some JavaScript sliders or something, and then I do the back end programming, and I do the database stuff, and then what happens is we had for their web hosting, we had one of these user friendly, we're going to help you out. Always available. It's a type of web hosting services where it's like you have to do a minimal amount of stuff. You upload your files to the servers and all of this stuff, and they've got these people that hold your hand, that tell you how to do things, and these people that hold your hand, and also the people at the company at these type of web hosting companies. They do all kinds of stuff for you. You're very, very, very hands off, and it helps. You don't have to do all the technical stuff involved in the server administration. Well, what happens is I start to get really aggravated over time with these people that hold your hand on the phone and help you. They kind of outlive their usefulness, or I outpace the point to which they're useful. Whatever you want to say. That I got into basically a dispute with this company, that once we got the store up in 2018, one day it was going nuts. The store was going absolutely nuts. I told this girl on the phone exactly what it was. She argued with me, would not budge. I told her over and over again. I ended up having to stay up all night because of her not listening to me. She listened to me, it would have fixed immediately. That after about 6 hours of back and forth with her and her manager and trying to get them to put me on a different server and all this stuff, which they wouldn't do, and they finally come back. Yeah, well, we sent it to our advanced tech team or our escalation team or our they sent it to the expert people, and yeah, it's the firewall. Use our firewall product is doing this, which is what exactly I'm told them. And I'd already been thinking about moving to AWS before then, but this is like the kind of like the last straw. I got really sick of these people really fast after that. And I started in sometime around early 2019, 2018, 2019, somewhere around there, end of 18 and 19, somewhere around there. I moved their hosting over. It's Amazon Web Services, which Amazon Web Services, the way that works, you have nobody to hold your hand unless you want to pay extra to have somebody hold your hand. That you get super cheap hardware. Okay, you get super nice hardware for super way low prices compared to what you get. These places where they got people to hold your hand. They're there 24 hours a day and all this stuff. You pay a premium for all of that. That AWS You know, it's like you buy stuff in increments. So if you don't want the person to hold your hand, you just don't pay for them. Okay, you just pay for your web servers. And so a server that I might pay $30 for a month, $30 a month for, with one of these hold your hand companies, I might get for $4, $5, $6 a month. I'm at AWS, and that's because so these people that hold my hand that I'm paying a premium for. I have Amazon Web Services documentation online, which is on their website, and then they got all these PDFs that they publish, like thousands of pages of documentation. It's a big technical skill to learn, but I was all about it. I'm like, hell yeah, this is awesome. It was murder at first. The first day that I got them set up on AWS, I thought I was going to scream. So ready to pull my hair out all day. It was pure hell. But once I got it on, it's like, hell yeah, this is awesome. And so it's like I'm more and more a one-man show, to the point that it's like I'm a totally one-man show. I'm doing everything, and I'm good at everything by the time it's all said and done, except the UI stuff. And you know, that's why I decided I needed to redo the UI, and I also wanted to make a more a better formatted or a better form of a backend that there's no difference between a procedural backend and an object-oriented backend in terms of what the programming does. It all does the same thing. It's just when you do object-oriented, it's better organized, it's more modularized, and it's more portable and reusable. You know, that you can take your code very easily and use it on another project, which you can do that with procedural codes to a great degree too, but with object-oriented code, you can do that. And so this is going to be my project, but I redo this store, and you can see here this looks really nice. At least to me it does, and you see here too how they're this is a good client to have in terms of making a portfolio for something that looks really nice, because they make this beautiful mountain greenery stuff. Okay, this is all real stuff right here that they made, that you're seeing in these pictures, all this Christmassy stuff. You know, they've got a lot of raw materials that I can use to make things look nice. And this right here is not my solely designed UI, but this is an HTML template about a pre-built hand-coded HTML site that I bought online. That you go to these template sites and you can buy a hand-coded HTML UI that I have all kinds of pages, and of course it looked quite a bit different than this when I got it. But you know, it's like these people that make these UIs, and you pay anywhere from $15, $20, $30, $40, $50 for one of these UIs like this. Okay, and these people that do this, I mean, they do a mountain of work. It's like ungodly work they put into making all these pages, because and of course they didn't have a landscaping page and a shopping page and all this stuff. I made all of these pages, but the people that made this UI, they had all kinds of pages for me to name whatever I want. They had a bunch of stuff already done, and so you just modify that. What you get from these pre-built things, and those people are much better at UI design than I am, and I just kind of decided, like, this whole thing of designing the UI from scratch is for the frickin' birds. Okay, I'm not interested in doing that. When I can go and buy something that's really nice, for $20, $30 online, and of course what you do is, when you order these UIs online, you buy these UIs online, you buy them from some shop, and you download the zip file and have all your HTML files. You just have static files, and you have to go and edit them to death, not just to change the visual appearance, but you have to make them suitable for programming, to make them dynamic, to make them secure, and so forth. So there's a whole hell of a lot of work to be done. It's not like they do everything for you. It's that they do a lot of stuff for you that you don't have to do, and you've still got quite a bit of work ahead of you after that. But this right here, it would take me forever to make something that looks this nice and from scratch. And this is their website that I started to develop, and this is their storefront.